scariest stories are whispered, not told.
I don't usually tell people this story. Not because I'm afraid they won't believe me, though that's definitely part of it, but because every time I do, I feel like something starts watching me again. It happened last summer, during what was supposed to be a laid-back reunion with some old high school friends. The kind of thing where everyone drinks too much, laughs about the past, and pretends adulthood hasn't made them strangers. There were 5 of us: me, Alex, Jordan, Erica, and Liam. We hadn't all been in the same room since graduation, so when Erica suggested a dark tourism road trip, basically a haunted location tour, we were all weirdly on board. The final destination was a crumbling psychiatric hospital called Red Pines Asylum, hidden deep in the woods outside a town you've probably never heard of, in upstate New York. Erica had found it through some Reddit post titled "Places the State Forgot for a Reason." The original poster claimed Red Pines was still filled with abandoned medical records, wheelchairs, even straitjackets. But what caught her eye, and eventually ours, was the photo of the intake log. One of the names listed was Abigail Monroe. My last name is Monroe. "Dude," Erica laughed, holding up her phone. "You got relatives in the loony bin?" I laughed with them at the time, played it off. But the truth is, Abigail was my sister. I never met her. She died before I was born. My mom told me once in a haze of wine and Ambien that she had a daughter before me, but she didn't go into detail. Just said she was sick and passed away at a young age. She never even said her name. But I'd seen it on a death certificate once while digging through old papers. Abigail Monroe, 1989-2006. She died at 17. Same age I was when I first found out about her. I never thought much of it again until I saw that intake log. We drove up Friday night. The place was 3 hours away from the Airbnb we'd booked for the weekend, so we decided to visit Red Pines first, crash, and then explore the rest of the area afterward. It was already dusk by the time we parked. The asylum sat at the end of a half-collapsed gravel road, hidden behind thick, overgrown pines. It looked like a place that had been not just abandoned, but rejected. The front gate was twisted and rusted shut, like it had tried to keep something in and failed. "Creepy as hell," Liam muttered, already lighting a cigarette. We climbed through a hole in the fence and made our way to the main building. Erica had printed a map from some urban explorer's blog. We were planning to follow it, snap some pictures, tell spooky stories. That was it. We didn't expect the place to feel alive. Not in a metaphorical way. I mean, the moment we stepped through the entrance, something shifted, like the air pressed down on us. The hallway was cold, unnaturally cold. Not the kind of chill you get from shade or concrete. This was the kind that made your skin crawl and your ears pop, like we had entered somewhere we weren't meant to be. The main lobby was massive, the ceiling stained with mold and the floor littered with patient records, torn mattresses and collapsed beams. There was graffiti everywhere, but not the usual dumb teenager tags. These were symbols, repeated ones, circles with eyes in the center, black X's, words like forgotten and she never left. We explored for maybe an hour, took photos, joked about ghosts. Alex swore he heard a scream at one point, but it turned out to be a crow. Nothing felt truly wrong until we found Ward C. Erica called it the high security section. This was where they kept the violent patients. It was the only part of the map that had a warning scrawled across it in red ink. "Do not enter. Doors lock themselves." We laughed. Thought it was part of the mystery. The door was heavy, industrial, and somehow open. Not just unlocked, wide open like it had been expecting us. Against my better judgment, I stepped inside first. The moment we entered, we lost the signal on all our phones. Every light source dimmed slightly. Erica's flashlight flickered, and the hallway ahead was darker than the rest of the building. The kind of dark that felt deliberate. "This is so dumb," Jordan said, half laughing. "This is where we die in the horror movie." We pressed on anyway, drawn in by something we couldn't name. Ward C was lined with tiny rooms, each with thick glass windows, most of them shattered, and rusted bed frames bolted to the floor. One door was closed, not locked, just shut. I don't know why I opened it. Inside was a room with walls covered in pencil markings, lines like tally marks covering every inch of the drywall, and on the bed, a single item, a photo. It was old, bent at the edges, faded, but I recognized the girl instantly. It was me, or at least it looked exactly like me. But I had never been in this building before, never taken that photo. I turned it over. Written in scratchy, childish handwriting was a single sentence. "She's back." I froze. "What's wrong?" Liam asked, peering over my shoulder. I didn't answer. I just showed him the photo. He laughed at first. "Yo, that really looks like you." But then he stopped laughing. We all heard it at the same time. A giggle. Not from us. Not from anywhere near us. A child's giggle, echoing faintly from down the hallway. We ran. Of course we did. Back through Ward C, through the main lobby, out into the night. We didn't stop until we were back at the car. No one said a word the entire drive to the Airbnb. Not until we got inside, locked the doors, and opened beers with shaking hands. I showed them the photo again. It was blank, just a faded sheet of photographic paper. No girl, no writing. "I swear it was there," I said. Erica was pale. "This isn't funny." "I'm not joking." Then the lights in the Airbnb flickered, just once, but enough to silence everyone again. That night, we all slept in the same room, but not all of us dreamed. I did, or I think I did. I saw a hallway, endless and dark, lined with doors. One opened slowly. A hand reached out, fingers long and gray, nails splintered. It held a key. I woke up screaming, and on the pillow next to me was the photo. This time, the writing said, "She remembers now." The next morning, Alex was gone. His phone was on the counter, unlocked, still playing the same song on loop. His shoes were by the door, but no Alex. We searched everywhere, called the police, told them he went out for a walk and didn't come back. No way we were going to say we were ghost hunting in an abandoned asylum, and he vanished after we found a photo of someone who looked like me. We left town that day. The drive home was silent. No music, no jokes, just silence. When I got home, there was a letter waiting in my mailbox. No return address. Inside was a newspaper clipping from 2006. 17-year-old girl dies in asylum fire. Facility shuts down permanently. The girl's name? Abigail Monroe, my sister. There was a photo of her, grainy and black and white. It was the same girl from the photo in Ward C. It was me. I don't know who I am anymore. Ever since we left, I've been seeing things in the mirror. My reflection lags behind. Sometimes smiles when I don't. And every night at 3:13 a.m., the hallway light outside my bedroom flickers. Just once, but enough to make me remember that giggle. I think I brought something back with me. Or maybe I was never supposed to leave. I don't even know why we did it. Maybe it was boredom. Maybe it was that dumb TikTok trend where people tried to summon ghosts for fun. All I know is that last summer, we made a choice that changed our lives forever. There were 5 of us, me, Daniel, my girlfriend Katie, her younger brother Josh, and our 2 close friends, Alex and Mia. We were all between 17 and 19, the kind of age where you think you're untouchable. We'd just graduated, and that weekend was supposed to be our little celebration. Katie's grandparents had a house in rural Pennsylvania, one of those creaky, long-forgotten properties nestled in the woods. They hadn't been back in years, so we had it to ourselves. No neighbors, no distractions, no rules. The first night was normal. Music, drinks, ghost stories that got lamer as we got sleepier. Then someone, I think it was Alex, found an old Ouija board tucked away in a closet upstairs. It wasn't even a modern one. It looked handmade, the letters carved into aged wood, the planchette like a shard from a broken mirror. We laughed at first. Josh even joked, "What if we summon something that doesn't want to go back?" If only he knew. Day 1, the knock. We set the board on the coffee table in the living room, lit a few candles, and dimmed the lights. The air felt wrong. Not cold, just thicker, like the moment before a thunderstorm. Katie read off some generic opening line. "Is there anyone here with us tonight?" Silence. Then a knock. One single knock from the far wall. We all froze. Mia whispered, "That wasn't you guys, right?" Of course, everyone denied it. I got up, checked the wall, nothing there. It wasn't hollow enough for a pipe or animal to make that kind of sound. It had come from inside. We should have stopped then. But we didn't. Day 2, the laugh. The next morning, we tried to brush it off. We blamed it on wind or old plumbing. Still, nobody mentioned using the Ouija board again. That didn't stop it. We were out on the porch playing cards when we heard a giggle, not a playful teenage laugh, a child's giggle. Soft, high-pitched, unmistakable. It came from inside the house. Katie jumped up and ran to the door, thinking maybe Josh was messing with us. But he was outside the whole time, with all of us. Alex checked every room while I followed. Nothing. Then I noticed something in the hallway. Just for a split second, at the top of the stairs, the figure of a little boy, pale, in old-fashioned clothes, maybe 6 or 7 years old. Then he vanished. I didn't say anything right away, because I thought I imagined it. Day 3, the rules. That night, we found the rules. Mia was digging through an old dresser upstairs and found a leather-bound notebook. On the first page was a message, written in what looked like shaky red ink. "Do not call the child. Do not ask his name. Do not let him in." There were more scribbled notes. Some crossed out violently. Others faded from time. "He knocks 3 times to test you. He knocks 4 times to come in. He likes to play. If you don't play, he gets upset. You can't send him back. He decides when he's done." I read it out loud, trying to keep my voice steady, but my hands were sweating. Mia didn't laugh like she usually did. None of us did. It suddenly didn't feel like a joke anymore. That night we heard 3 knocks on the door. Day 4. The game. Katie insisted we leave, but the car battery was dead. Alex swore he checked it earlier that day, and it was fine. The house didn't have service, and the landline was just static. We were stuck. So we waited, lights on, eyes wide. No one wanted to sleep. Around 2 a.m., the Ouija board moved on its own. We were all across the room. The planchette slid to play. Then it spelled hide. We didn't want to, but Josh, curious, stubborn, said, "What if we just do it? What if that's what it wants?" Before we could argue, the lights went out. We hid. I dove behind the couch. Kitty ran upstairs. Alex went into the kitchen. Mia grabbed Josh and pulled him into the hallway closet. It was silent at first. Then came footsteps. Tiny, padded, barefoot steps. I peeked. There he was, the boy, walking slowly, head tilted, smiling. He stopped at the closet and knocked. Once, twice, 3 times, 4. Then he opened it. And Josh screamed. Day 5. Gone. When the lights came back, Josh was gone. The closet was empty. Mia was unconscious. We called and searched and yelled for him. Nothing. Just the sound of wind through the trees. Mia woke up in tears. She said he had whispered something in her ear before she blacked out. You didn't hide good enough. The rest of us, we didn't know what to do. Katie curled up on the couch. Alex sat with a kitchen knife in his lap. Mia wouldn't stop crying. I just stared at the wall. And then I saw it, scratched into the wood, 1 down. Day 6. Begging. We tried the board again. Katie screamed at it. What do you want from us? It spelled friends. We asked if Josh was okay. Playing. We begged it to bring him back. No. Then the board caught fire. Not a burst, a slow, smoldering burn that melted through the letters. We tossed it into the fireplace, but the flames wouldn't spread. They just ate the board and died. Katie collapsed. Mia stopped speaking. Alex didn't sleep that night. I thought about the rules again. We had let him in, and now he was choosing who stayed. Day 7. The end. That night, Alex disappeared. He was gone from his sleeping bag. His shoes were still there. The front door was unlocked. The only sign was another message. 2 down. Katie was hysterical. Mia barely moved. Then Katie looked at me, hollow-eyed, and asked, "Why haven't you been chosen yet?" I didn't have an answer, until I remembered. I hadn't asked his name. I never spoke during the game. I never invited him. But I stayed. Because I was the one who found the board. I brought it out. I started the game. Now there's only me and Mia left. We don't talk about what happened. We don't visit that house. Katie? She was institutionalized. She still screams Josh's name in her sleep. I moved to the city. I try to live a normal life, but sometimes, late at night, I hear soft footsteps in my apartment. And once, just once, I found something scratched into my bathroom mirror. 3 down. I don't know what that means, but I don't think it's over. I think I brought him with me, and I think he's still playing.